Okay, so last Tuesday I was sick. I left work early. And though while I felt better after, by the time I had watched Supergirl, I didn't feel up for recording. And then, have I mentioned in these videos I've officially been diagnosed with ADD? Ugh. But yeah, so Supergirl Lives, the episode directed by Kevin Smith, which I was like ridiculously excited for because he's directed two episodes of The Flash at this point, and those are easily two of my favorite episodes. Great, powerful, emotional stuff. So, yes, I was really excited. And while this is one of the best episodes, it didn't quite have the same emotional impact. The overall story wasn't super emotional like he was in his Flash episodes. Though, where it was fantastic, where it did remind me of the Flash episodes, was that this was a really great Win episode. When, almost gets killed while helping James be Guardian, and he freaks him out and then he has to go into the field and he gets freaked out there, but he overcomes it. I'm super summarizing, but these vlogs were never supposed to be, recaps. Just Jeremy Jordan's performance there was fan-friggin-tastic. I bought every second of it. I thought he really was like full-on traumatized. It was fantastic. And then, when he's on the alien planet, he's going, I'm not a red shirt. I'm not a red shirt. Win is great. Win is the Cisco of this show. So I'm really hoping the rumors are true that Cisco and Win are finally going to interact when we get the musical crossover. And don't worry, I won't do singing vlogs for those. Oh, so yeah, I love that so much. I love the further bonding of Kara and Mon-El, though I guess I'll elaborate on that a little more in the next vlog since I'll record that back to back. This is the most believable relationship Kara has been in. I buy that Win has a crush on her, but I didn't have a problem with her liking James. It just didn't sell me. So I don't miss that aspect of the show. But the two are naturally going closer. The characters are developing well together. Melissa Benoist and Chris Wood, they have really good chemistry. So yeah, I'm really enjoying watching that play out, which again I will elaborate in another video in a minute. Speaking of Chris Wood, I just have to give him so many props as an actor because I know I mentioned this before, but I should really hate Mon-El. And I don't. Chris Wood is just so darn charming. Even when I want to hate him, I can't. It's just, the whole scene where he's on the elevator says, "Oh, I gave myself a day off. It's your second day." Yeah, I don't want to overdo it. I mean, I work with people like that, and I don't like them. But god dang it, if I just love this guy. Oh, it's just so wonderful watching them together. And then, and one thing that did disappoint me, since this is the first episode we got after the big crossover, I didn't get the reference I was hoping for. When we got that scene where Supergirl was talking about, all I'm doing is saving money, stopping bank robbers and jewel thieves. I really wanted like the next line or a line of dialogue in that scene to be like, I just saved another universe from an alien invasion. Because, yeah, that's going to seem super small fry in comparison. But, I also but this just shows why I love the character. The reason why this is frustrating her is she doesn't feel like she's aiding people. She's not really she's protecting stuff. She's not really helping a person. So that was really good, but I still think they could have worked that line in. I also really like that Maggie figured out who Kara was. People keep making the glasses joke, but I'm still gonna stand by that. One, the glasses affect more than you think. Again, I don't remember if I've shared that in this videos, but one of my best friends. Granted, this was when I first still getting to know her, so. But like the very first time I saw her in glasses, hand to God, I walked up to her and say, "Hey, are you you?" Basically, I mean, I asked, "Are you her name?" But I don't want to say it in here for privacy's sake. And I don't, I rightly felt silly, but yeah, I can buy the if it was just the glasses, okay, but Kara is completely different in personality, how she wears her hair. She's so bubbly as Kara, and not as much as Supergirl. And so okay, but yeah, the glasses things are a joke. I really need to stop harping on it, just like I think everybody else should stop harping on it. But I do like that Maggie figured it out because of how Alex reacted. And for the most part, I do like, I'm listening to Supergirl Radio, they say that relationship seems to be going really fast. And yeah, I can see that, but it just, I don't know, like I said, just speaking of chemistry, the Maggie and Alex just work really well together, so it really hasn't bothered me much. And I really like that it's handled, as much as the controversial statements I've made about the relationship before. I like that it's being treated like a normal relationship now. I could easily see you switch either Alex or Maggie into a man, and those scenes could still play out exactly the same, and that's why it works. This is what I was hoping for, and I'm really glad we got it. So yeah. One of the negatives, though, speaking back to Wynn's subplot, I really almost legit hated James for a minute because he there's a scene in the locker room where the DEO locker room where James comes and says, "Hey, I've got a track. You want to help me get it down?" And when Wynn said it, I realized, yeah, I Wynn says, I actually thought you were checking on me. Just yeah, that's how completely self-obsessed James has become with this Guardian thing. I mean, he sort of redeemed himself by the end, I guess. I mean, I stopped hating him at least because just um Makad Brooks and Jeremy Jordan just play off each other so well. I'll probably talk about that more in the next vlog. But just James is really turning into kind of a butt, and I don't like that. I really don't. I mean, he's slightly better now, I guess. I don't know. The whole Guardian thing just really reeks of we don't know what to do with James, so we're gonna make him a superhero. But yeah, Harley Quinn Smith was in it. She played the girl, that Kara was determined to find. And that was really interesting to me because, I've seen pictures online because I follow Kevin Smith on Facebook, but I hadn't seen her act in anything. Like last time I saw her on video camera, she was still a toddler. I don't even think she could talk yet. So just, that's the holy crap, so much time has gone by. Ooh. No, wait, the last time I saw her was in the Evening with Kevin Smith, where she introduces him on stage. Which, still like super young. Like Kevin Smith talks about watching Dora the Explorer with her during that. Her acting was okay. Granted she didn't have many lines, so just there was a couple times where just the dialogue seemed kind of off. But she did what she needed to do. It was a really, really great, really powerful Kara scenes where even though she doesn't have her powers, she still defends them, and that inspires them to take action. Roulette was in it, though she seemed kind of tacked on. Could have easily just been a slaver scheme. I don't know. I did almost wonder because, they force them into the cell, but then they started to walk away before the cell came on. So I'm like, right was I thinking, well, what's to stop them from just walking out? Then we saw the glimmer, but the aliens were pretty cool. We got that Joe alien. He was a lot of fun. Going back to Win again, I'm just surprised by how much I'm enjoying Alex and Win together. That was fantastic. Hmm. Okay, I know I am breaking 10 minutes, but this is something that I don't like it when Kryptonian powers are treated like this way. I don't like it that like as soon as they are out of a yellow sun into a red sun, the powers are gone. In the late in the 80s from the reboot, and I think in some of the 90s, it was the explanation they gave as to why Superman was so powerful, not just because the sun affects him that much, but because he had been absorbing it since he was a baby. He had just stored up so much power that he was that powerful. And, that's why the fight with Doomsday killed him. Wasn't so much that Doomsday was so powerful, it's just it completely drained his batteries to that point. And I like that take on Superman's powers. I like that take on the Kryptonian power system. And I haven't read any of these stories, but I've heard about stories where Superman is no longer gets a direct line to the sun. So the more he uses his powers, the more he starts to use them. That's a good dramatic device. Granted, maybe they wouldn't have had time to do that in a TV show, but just I think that would have helped the drama of the series if Kara has to use her powers sparingly and she keeps like, I need to save powers to liberate the slaves, but she keeps seeing people in trouble, or alien or monsters keep showing up and almost eat Mon-El. I think that would have been a lot more dramatic, but I also understand that this is a TV show and time constraints and special effects constraints. So it wasn't bad. Of just my personal preference would have been. But yeah, I think that about and I totally buy the whole sun grenade thing. That was fine. It was well done. And again, Melissa Benoist, just the whole thing. She tried to be just as heroic. I almost forgot. I really like Snapper in this episode. I've really enjoyed Snappers so far in general, but that moment, like at the end where he smirked and says, "That a girl, Danvers," I particularly enjoyed that. He's a lot of fun. I really hope we see more of him, but he needs to snap. Hashtag snaps for Snapper. Anyway, gonna call it here and get a drink before I record the next one. Ugh.